Welcome back, all you dreamers and creamers. Welcome to the Outer Rim Cast.
Wow, welcome to the Outer Rim Cast.
Sorry we've been away for a tiny bit. Jared just got back from his trip to France, and he's wanting to tell us all about that.
Yeah, okay, so I went... See, you're wrong. It's not France.
Where is
When I wrote it out, you connected the top of the A. I went to France.
France.
Yes.
Oh, is that a gay thing?
No, it's just over in Oregon.
Okay.
You've never been to France, Oregon? They've got the largest meatball in the world over there.
Ooh.
But let me tell you, I was a little upset because I thought it was going to be one of those things you could go and just kind of eat some.
Okay.
But it's plastic.
It's a big plastic meatball?
Yeah.
That's not a real meatball, then.
Yeah. But you know what they say, when in France.
One in France.
Eat some plastic meatball.
Yeah. I don't really travel too much. Nothing really interests me.
Never been to France? Never been to
I went to Iowa one time, but all I learned was two in the stink does not feel well. But so I stay over here now.
You know them Iowans.
Them Iowa, is that where you're from?
That's where my family's from, Iowa. Yeah. You know, you learn two things when you visit Iowa. I've been many times. You learn two in the stink, and you learn they have a lot of corn. That's all they're about over there over in Iowa. Two in the stink and corn. Sometimes at the same time.
Yeah, I feel like them boys are up to about 3 or 4 now, though.
Have you never been to France? You never been to Germany?
Germany?
It's an A. It's a U instead of an A.
I do know a man that lives down the street named Germany, though.
Germany.
Can we say that?
He owes me money.
He owes me money.
And I keep saying, it's not Germany.
It's
my money.
That's not your cheese.
Welcome back to the podcast. That was the longest intro ever. We are on episode 11. You know what they say about 11?
It's the last one before you go to heaven.
It is. And the last one before 12.
Yeah. And we said from the start we're never hitting 12, so this is it.
That's what I mean by going to heaven. You'll be in heaven, we'll be done, we'll be gone. That's it. But man, we made it to double digits. We didn't really mention it in the last episode because it was the Q&A, but...
I don't want to say I'm surprised because
I'm very surprised.
It makes it sound like we weren't planning on succeeding. Not that I would consider us. You know what? Yeah, I feel successful. We made it to double digits.
No, I'm very surprised by it because there's always been like a million times we've had motivation to do stuff and it just
fizzles out in like 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, Mega Man almost made it to double digits because it's 9 episodes.
Yeah. Sorry, the neighbor's raking his leaves in his room. I don't even know if you could hear it, but no, there's been so many times where like I've had moments where it's just like, do we really want to keep doing this?
Nah, yeah, I'm good with it.
No, it's not even like I don't know how to describe it. It's like there's no motivation sometimes, but looking back after like everything we've done, I'm very proud that we've made it this far.
I mean, it is hard because like we don't get a ton of views. We haven't really went up in subscribers in a while. Yeah. So like that's hard, and it's hard. It's hard sitting down and putting a lot of effort into editing when you're like, no one's gonna see
when
this.
There's no real reward other than like making yourself happy. It's kind of hard.
But this past week or two, I've been going back and listening to the old podcasts and watching some of the games and stuff, and it makes me so happy.
Yeah, no, so that's what I'm saying.
That's worth it. And now that I do have that knowledge, I will keep trying on editing and stuff.
Well, it's just hard stuff. It's hard to not be like tunnel visioned when you're like, why am I spending 2 hours recording this? Why are we doing all this time editing? But then looking back, I'm like, oh man, I'm proud of all that we've done. Let's see, when this episode goes up, it'll be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. Gosh, we waited a while on this. Well, the Q&A threw everything off last week, so we had to wait to record, and then it kind of messed up our other uploading schedule too.
Because the way we like to record, usually we record podcast Thursday, it goes up Wednesday, right?
Yeah. And
then if we do record any game, it's Tuesday.
Yeah. But the Q&A kind of messed us up because we had to wait as long as we could just in case more questions came in.
They didn't,
but you know.
Just in case.
It's fine. Yeah, we had to be prepared just in case.
We asked Austin 5 minutes before we came up here to record a question.
What are you talking about? He was XX Sugar Daddy XX.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He wanted to be anonymous.
Anonymous.
Not really, but yeah, we're at 11. Can you imagine if we get to like 50?
I think we could do it.
I think we could too. I'd love to. We talk about this every episode. I feel like we're like, I'd love to do it, man. I just don't know.
No, I do feel like if we both, it's not even like stay motivated. It's just like keep having fun with it. If we stop having fun with it, then we either need to change up how we're doing it or just end it. But right now I'm having a blast with it.
I don't want to say the minute it becomes a grind. The minute it becomes like work.
It's like...
Because I don't mind grinding. Work. Grinding's like rewarding.
Mm-hmm. It's work, but it's fun work outside of school.
Yeah.
That gives me some... Because we don't really play video games or anything anymore, so like that little like... Just progression, fun progression throughout the week, that needs to be filled with something, and I think that's what this is doing.
I think the best way to put it is the minute it stops being rewarding, it's no longer, we need to change something up. But right now, I love it. I love sitting down, listening to us back and stuff. I hate the way I talk and the way I go sometimes.
You're fine. I hate how I sound on the podcast. I'm just...
You want to know a fun fact about 11?
What?
It's 2 1s, which doesn't equal 2.
You really don't have...
I have
You've covered your topic.
Okay. That is my whole list of topics for this podcast.
I do have something. What is it? Oh, episode 9. I talked about that I was going to go see Birds of Prey.
Oh, yeah.
I went to see it that weekend. That was like 2 weeks ago.
That's forever ago.
It was enjoyable. I was so surprised by it. That and Sonic. We've seen Sonic.
Oh my god! We gotta talk about Sonic.
Sonic was I want to go see Sonic again and do like a little thing for it.
Okay.
I mean, we can do that over spring break next week.
Yeah.
Because we still got to take Austin.
Yeah, Austin's got to see it. We'll go and see it again.
But yeah, Birds of Prey. I was so fucking like just surprised. It was enjoyable.
I just have no desire to see
I didn't either, but I was just like, because like I have the movie pass, so I can literally just go see as many movies as I want for free. Right. So like, if anything I'm mildly interested in comes out, I'll just go see it. If I have free time, nothing to do, and I want to go watch something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was really surprised by it.
It's not even like, I don't care about the characters or anything. I don't care about the story I don't care about the DC universe.
It was very unconnected. Someone's trying to get in. It was very
Sounds like someone's breaking in.
What the fuck?
It's just a storm, Dick. Sit down. Sorry. I completely ruined your train of thought.
No, you're good.
Wait, here comes the train. Here comes the train. Hop back on. Hop back on that train of thought.
I can't jump that high.
Come on, Harrison, take my hand.
Fuck!
I'll pull you on. Okay.
I don't know, man.
Damn it! We fell back
I didn't catch the train. But, yeah, it was good. It was good. I know I've said that like 8 times, but like, I don't really have any like breakdown for it or anything. It wasn't like movie of the year. It was just, it was a good time. I actually laughed at it a good bit.
Okay.
Like, when she was fighting, they would have these slow-mo shots, and it was rated R, and like that became very apparent in the fight scenes. Like, she was just fucking up.
I like a good R-rated
breaking
fight scene.
Like their knees and shit. And there's this one part, it's actually in the trailer, but I just didn't pick up on it when I watched the trailer first time. She like takes cover behind this like bag in the police department, and it's like crack or something, so when they're shooting at her, it's just all in her face, and she like, it zooms in on her and she just goes and then it just like, she starts kicking all their asses. It was good. I laughed more at the fight scenes than like anything else in the movie, but it was a good time.
Okay, interesting. I might see it.
It's not something I would talk you into going to see in theaters, but if it comes out when it comes out on DVD, I would watch it. I would watch it.
It was funny how they changed the name because it opened like horribly, so then they just changed the name.
It was like Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey is the new name, and something like that.
Yeah, now it's Harley Quinn Birds of Prey. Originally, it was like Birds of Prey. The something of Harley Quinn.
Fantabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn or something.
Yeah, and then that it kind of flopped the first weeks. There, it's like Birds of Prey or Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey.
The first title though, it was fitting because like that's really what the whole movie about is, like her and the Joker split up.
Yeah,
and
don't they just kill him off?
No, They didn't show it, but she blows up like the entire power plant.
Oh, okay.
So maybe, but it's like she does that because like everyone's just giving her shit. Like, oh, she's going back to him. She always goes back to him. So she does that, and then like all these people that hate her but never would touch her because she's with the Joker start coming after her.
Okay.
So it was neat. Okay. I enjoyed it. It was weird. There were a lot of times I was like, damn, I wish Batman would just a little cameo or something. Yeah. But they didn't do it. And I was proud of them for not doing it, but I would have liked it.
It's so hard to do something in like that world in like
not even
Gotham City.
They didn't even mention Batman, I don't think. They mentioned Bruce Wayne once or twice because she names the hyena after him. But yeah, it was weird.
Because Marvel kind of has that problem, but they don't have a character like Superman. So like, if anything happens in the world in the DC universe, it's like Superman.
Yeah, why isn't Superman here?
Where's Superman? And then most of the characters are based out of Gotham City, and it's like if anything happens in Gotham City, why isn't Batman?
But yeah, they did keep it very low because what's it called? Suicide Squad was like. It just out of nowhere, a world ending.
It was like it's the end of the world.
So like unneeded, but this one was not. It was just like
her getting hunted, basically.
It was like there's a diamond, and it's got the code for some bank, and this little kid swallows it. So all the bad guys are trying to get the kid, and she's trying to protect the kid.
Yeah,
and that's just it. There's nothing more to it. Whoever wins gets all the money.
I'm sorry. I think movies like that are so much more enjoyable.
It was very low because I mean, if they would have lost, it would have been like, oh, the bad guys killed a kid and they're super fucking rich now, and that's it.
But if it's ever into the world thing, you're like, they're not going to lose.
They're not going to lose.
Someone might die, maybe, but like, they're not going to lose. They're going to win, obviously. It kind of takes. I hate the fact I look at movies like analytically now. It kind of ruins.
I mean, it's just like we're at the point now where there's so many.
It's so saturated. Yeah.
Because like, I know there used to be a shit ton of movies coming out every year, like back in the day. But like looking back, there's only a few that stuck out, and it's just like now there's so many. There's literally probably one or two movies every month that come out that like you'll at least like somewhat remember.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's bad.
It's just so much.
Well, it seemed like in the early 2000s, every movie that came out was like a rom-com or a college movie. You know what I mean by college movie? Like some like kid that's like cool. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, but I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, it was just like some like cool kid story, basically. Or like, it was just literally like, okay, what two actors can we put in a rom-com? Kevin James and Will Smith, go.
Kevin James.
Not Kevin James. Will Smith. What? Wait. Who is Paul Blart?
That's Kevin James.
Yeah, he was in a movie with Will Smith. It was like The Matchmaker or something, where you had to like dance for him and stuff.
I think I remember I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and like every kid, it was literally just it was like they were PG-13 movies that kids would see with their parents, and it'd be full of one-liners like, "Don't ever do that again." So then the kid would be like, I'm gonna say that now and it'll be funny.
Will Smith here.
What? Toshi, get out of here. Sorry, everybody. Where's the train?
I got it. There was one character in the movie that I wish had more screen time. Her name was Huntress. It's the girl from Scott Pilgrim. I've told you a little bit about her. She wasn't in it a shit ton, but she's literally just like the female Punisher.
Yeah.
With like a crossbow. She was so cool, dude. Cool. Like they could have done like a backstory movie on her, and I would have been fine with it. But yeah, that's my spiel on Birds of Prey. It was enjoyable. I'm not saying go see it, but it was fine.
It wouldn't be painful to see it, but like you're not going to recommend it necessarily.
No. It's not a waste of money, but if you don't have abundant funds to go, don't stretch your bank account to go. Just wait. You can get it at $1 for Redbox. You can get it for $1 at Redbox in a few months.
$4 Redbox.
$4 at Redbox at 1 month times now.
Yes. Another movie we saw. I know this whole podcast has been movies.
Don't do too much on this one because I do have plans for this one.
Okay, I just want to say, Sonic the Hedgehog. My thoughts. I'm a massive Sonic fan. I will not deny it. I think even if I was not a Sonic fan, I would have enjoyed it.
I'm not a Sonic fan, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, if we went into that movie and it was awful, even though I'm a Sonic fan, I would have enjoyed it, but you would have hated it. It was a good movie for a good movie's sake. Don't go into it thinking, saw that coming, and that was predictable.
No, it's very predictable. Yeah, but it was a good early 2000s-ish movie. Yeah. It seemed like something Nickelodeon would have put out in the 2000s, and I love it for that.
Yeah, just go in with a smile, laugh when you want. Don't sit there and judge it and be like, those for the kids. No shit, it's for the kids. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. It's not made for adults.
The way I would describe it, because like obviously those types of movies were oversaturated in the early 2000s, but we don't get them that much anymore because everyone's always like, sumo. But it's like you eat the same thing for a year and then 10 years later you come back and it's like you've had this many times before, but it's still good.
Yeah. Oh, it better get a sequel. I just love movies like that where like. No, it was like it already had pre-established lore, even though they changed it a little. But like you knew the characters. They didn't have to go into, this is Sonic. He run fast. He have friend named Tails. You know these characters. So when they pop up, you're like, oh, it's
that boy!
And he has the rings. And you're like, oh, of course, the rings. That all makes sense.
Now, is that how the rings work in the games?
Yeah, so you've never played a Sonic game before.
My Sonic knowledge comes from Green Hill's Trap Song. And when we streamed Sonic 2 like a few weeks ago. Okay. That is the extent of my Sonic knowledge.
So it's not necessarily like an ability he has in the game, but if you have, I think it's 50 or 100 rings at the end of the course, a portal ring appears you can jump into to go get a Chaos Emerald. Oh. If you get all the Chaos Emeralds, you can go Supersonic, and you're invincible, but as you're Supersonic, the rings run out. Which, can I say, for being a Sonic movie, they did not bring up the Chaos Emeralds or Supersonic once. I really, before I saw anything, expected it to be a buddy cop going around the world finding all the Chaos Emeralds. Eggman would steal them at the end, and then somehow he'd get them back and go Supersonic. And it was not that at all, which I was like, okay,
I mean, the sequel will totally be this.
Oh, it will. It will.
Because that's totally what Tails is.
Yeah, Tails shows up at the end credit.
I do want to do a movie review for this. Have I told you how I want to lay out the movie review?
Yes, we will definitely do one. But we will not talk about. I fully recommend going to see Sonic.
Oh yeah, hell yeah!
Like even pay money to go and see it.
Get that thing some money so we can get another one.
Yeah,
I'm planning on seeing it. I want to see it with you again, and then I'm planning on seeing it with Mom and Dad because I think Mom's interested in it.
But it's just fun. It's just a fun movie. You don't have to think like at all to enjoy it. There'll be little references here and there that you might pick up on. If you don't, you'll still enjoy it. Because it was full of stuff you didn't get.
There was a lot of stuff that I didn't get, but then there was a lot of like Sonic meme culture that I did understand. Like the
drawing.
Sonic drawing. Yeah. Oh my god.
It was so...
Because it took me a second. I was like, that looks very familiar. And then you bust out laughing, and I was like, holy shit, that's the drawing.
Okay, Harrison. Not to bring the... mood down, but I have a very serious question for you.
What's up?
What would you do if every night at the same time, 2:34 a.m., a little 11-inch creature, he's almost translucent, he slowly leans out of your wall, and he just stares at you. He has pitch black eyes. What would you do?
I'd smack it and say, Jared,
if you reach towards it, he goes, and he goes back in.
And I don't see him until the next day.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I would
He doesn't blink. You can very faintly hear just like a.
I would tell him to come on over.
He doesn't react.
No. I would just keep trying. Try to be friendly. Maybe the next night set him out some crackers or something.
The only thing he'll ever do is after 30 minutes he'll go, woo, woo, just every 30 minutes. And see, you might scare him away, but he'll come back while you're sleeping. You'll just hear a little...
Interesting.
What do you do?
I mean, eventually you just get used to it, don't you?
Oh, don't mind him.
Don't mind him. That happens. He'll go away.
No, what do you do if he starts coming out of your body one day?
Oh my god, that's when I get concerned. SWAT at him or something.
He just starts coming out of your chest like an alien. It doesn't hurt or anything. He's like a fourth dimensional being just phasing through you.
Lost in my room.
Yes.
I don't even know. Where do you even go with that? What would you do?
What do you do?
What would you do?
I'm the one asking the question.
You're the one asking the questions here? I don't even know, man.
I'm not saying I have this issue. I just need to know the steps you would take to fix it.
If someone did have this
If someone did have a little 11-inch goblin creature phasing out of their walls every night at 2:34 a.m.
Someone somewhere just sat up in their bed like, yes!
Please.
What will you do? I have no clue.
What do you do if one night he just starts going... and it just gets progressively louder until it's like...
I would text you, yo, come down here.
Please help me. But the second, if you pull your phone out, he goes, and he hides away.
I guess just if he starts getting too annoying every time he does it, I'll pull my phone out. And it's just something I have to do every night.
He gets in your ear at 4 a.m. and goes, give me the gems.
Alright, is this from something?
He says Harrison, are you going to collect the gems for him or not?
Yeah, I'll get the gems.
He needs all 25 of the gems.
What the fuck are you... Is this a thing? Like, is this a video game?
No, this is the little creature that lives in your wall. He needs the gems.
I'll get the fucking gems for him, so go away.
He starts riding on your back like Yoda.
Jesus Christ. I would befriend the little man.
The little man. What would you name him?
Man, like Theodore.
Theodore?
Yeah.
Theodore the 11-inch man?
Yeah.
Well, he's not a man. He's a creature.
He's a little boy. Theodore the boy. His name's Theodore the dude.
Now, describe your journey across the galaxy searching for all 25 of his gems.
I don't know. He would have to have some sort of space travel, because I don't.
He just leans in your ear and goes... And then you teleport somewhere random in the universe.
I would help him out, I guess.
He's taking me for a ride. I don't fucking know. He teleports you back home, but now your top is backwards. You're staring at your ass.
Hello?
Theodore.
Oh, I'd smack his little ass.
He phases away. Now you're stuck like that.
Oh, fuck.
You just had to get the gems for him, Harrison.
I tried.
Thank you. That was the 11-inch man bit.
Woo!
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
God damn it, Jared. I did want to make a little announcement. I'm sure most of the people that give a shit about it that listen to this know already because it's been like 2 weeks. But me and Jared lost something very near and dear to our heart a little while ago. Dragon Ball Z Abridged is no longer a thing.
Oh!
Yep. And, it hurts, man. But, it's better to... What is the saying?
It's better to have loved and lost
than not loved at all.
I like the one where it's smile because it happened.
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's it.
Smile because it happened. Don't cry because...
Either way, I'm glad that we have a 75% finished project.
Yeah.
Passion project that spanned like what was it like
11 years.
11 years?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
But like I am happier with that than if they'd have just never done it at all.
Oh yeah.
Cuz like it hurt, but I'm not like on my knees crying over it.
No. And they'll always be well, they might get taken down, but someone on the internet will always have them.
I've seen plenty of like just like full Dragon Ball Z Abridged thing. It's like 3 or 4 hours.
And I do get their mentality behind it.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know, people listening may or may not have watched it, but the ending of the Cell Saga, I don't think it could ever be touched. The ending of the Buu Saga is nowhere near that emotional. So like they did it their way. Mm-hmm. You know, they really went out on their terms. And I respect them for that. And they have to make a living. If their channel gets taken down, they're out of jobs.
It's not just like a passion project anymore.
No, it's
a
corporation.
People working for
it's
them.
a company.
They're putting food on people's tables now.
Yeah, people have lives and stuff.
So that makes sense. It doesn't make it any less sucky, but it does make sense. If you are a fan of Dragon Ball in any way and you have never watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged, I highly recommend it. And give them boys some views. I don't know if they get any money from it. No,
they've never really made money from those.
But get them some views.
Just get them something. Yeah. It's a little slow to start, but about midway Frieza Saga, it comes into its own.
Starting it, you're not gonna hate it, but it's just gonna be weird because you have to remember it's 11 years old. So
yeah.
In the first episode, they talk about MySpace.
When the first episode of this came out, iPhones were not invented.
Yeah. They talk about MySpace in the first episode.
Yeah.
Like, but it is cool seeing, like, how the humor progresses, just how internet humor progresses.
They really did find their comedy style, and it's something that's, like, nowhere else that I've ever seen.
No.
And it's a lot of things where you have to watch everything to get the references. It's good. It's really good. It's enjoyable.
I do feel bad for them. I haven't checked their sub count in a while. I'm sure it's went down quite a bit.
Yeah.
I've tried to watch a video or two of them.
Yeah.
But it's just like, because, I mean, they're going through Kakarot right now, the new Dragon Ball game that just came out. And, like, they're literally just making abridged jokes the entire time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's cool, but it's just like...
As heartbroken as I am, I personally was never subscribed to them.
Mm-mm.
I just saw when a new episode went up, went to the channel and watched it.
No, I don't mind keeping my sub on them, because, I mean, they put out a good bit. They put out at least one video a day, but, I mean, it's just one video on my feed. I'll stay subscribed to them, just...
Scroll past.
Just because they've done so much to entertain me.
You're right. No, they really have. They've done a lot for us.
It doesn't... That's not me saying, oh, if you unsubscribe from them, you're never a fan or anything like that. Because, like, I mean, I didn't start watching it till like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah. No, it hurts. It's part of
personal to me.
It's part of internet history now. Mm-hmm. It's something that we will never see the conclusion of. But you know what? It's okay. I'm looking up that fucking quote.
It's gonna bother you.
Yes. Smile.
Smile. Do. Smile. I don't know the words in the middle. Smile.
Okay. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
We had that thing so bad.
We had it backwards.
Don't smile because it's over.
Cry because
Is that what we really... Did we really say don't smile because it's over?
No, we said smile because it happened. Don't cry because it's over.
Okay, we just had it backwards.
Yeah. But it didn't sound... Yeah, no, that's exactly how I feel about it. Is smile because... Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. And I mean, that's exactly how I felt about, like... I felt that way about so many things, like games and stuff. I've been throughout my life at many points where I'd finish a game's like story,
and you're just fucked up from it.
Yeah, because I'll stop playing it, and I'm like, that game was so much fun, but you can never experience it the same way again because you know what's happening, what's gonna happen. So you can't be upset that there's not more content, but you've got to be happy that you had the opportunity to enjoy it.
I definitely have run-ins with that. Like, my favorite game... Probably, I don't know if it's my favorite game ever. It's definitely not. I have better games. But one of my favorites is Nicktoons Unite on the PS2. I played the shit out of that when I was little. It's 4-player. One person's Danny Phantom. One person's Jimmy Neutron. One person's SpongeBob. One person's Timmy Turner. And it's kind of top-down. And, like, they all have different abilities and stuff. I love it to death. But me, Logan, and Dad sat down and beat the entire thing. And it's a long game, but I was just, like, emotionally upset when we beat it.
Yeah.
It was rough.
I feel like that's not even, like, media-wise. That's a really good quote for life in general.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as humans, we try and, like, stretch everything we can out of moments, you know? But sometimes you just gotta... You do have to let go of certain things. That's
how I feel with Game of Thrones at this point. That's a good one for that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that last season was rough. Love it or hate it, because I know we do know a few people, one person, that does enjoy the last season. But, Austin...
Yeah, I forgot.
Sorry to call you out on the internet for liking Season 8 of Game of Thrones, but...
Cancel it! Cancel him!
But, I don't know, I've loved that show for all through high school. I love that show, and it was upsetting seeing how it ended.
Yeah,
well, I personally would have done it different, but hey, I'm not getting paid millions to do it. That's why they're paying these people.
Well, I can remember being a kid and going. We had like I don't want to say family mountain house. My granddad knew a guy that owned a mountain house, and we were lucky enough to go up there like every summer from like before I was born till I was probably like. When did my grandparents die? I was like 10 or something. And when it happened, like, you know, I'm upset about my grandparents dying. But in my mind, I'm like, I will never experience walking through those doors where, like, I'd spent my childhood, like, every single summer. And, you know, it really bummed me out But the older I got, it's like you got to remember the good times, and you have to be happy that you ever had that opportunity.
Yeah.
You can't be sad because you'll never have it again, because it would never be the same. Stuff never lives up in your mind the same way. So you just have to be happy with the time you had and move on, learn from it.
That's like I have a good example for movies too. I mean, obviously the MCU is still going, but I feel like
the bookends are there.
The bookends are there. They're starting another shelf, but my Infinity Saga that I grew up with, and that's one of the things. I've always been really into movies, but that's what got me like obsessed with movies. Probably just like wait, and I would have timers on my phone going out like 3 years because I would know. And I remember probably like sophomore year of high school putting the Infinity War timer on my phone, and Infinity War came out like junior year of college, so like
several years.
Jesus, man, like I would just sit there like check it every other day, just like watching the seconds tick, just obsessed with it. So like I cried a couple times during Endgame.
Well, because you knew,
because like especially when he says Avengers Assemble. Oh my God, I'd been waiting years and years to hear that. It was awesome.
It was a nice bookend though.
But you just got to move on. And I mean, it might never be better than that section of it, but
I don't think it ever will, because it'll never mean as much to you anymore.
But I'll still see probably everything I put out.
Well, of course, it'll just never be that way before. And does that mean you should become a snob and be like, I don't like those movies anymore? No, you just be happy you did get what you got, and whatever else happens, it happens.
Now, the same can't be said for Star Wars.
We
just won't even get into that, but
as weird as it sounds, I know it's supposed to be like a 9-part series. I really just watch all 3 as their own thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Their own thing. And I mean, like, I think the prequels, for the most part, are just not good.
No, they're not, but I love them.
Episode 3 will always be my favorite because I can just remember seeing it, and like that's when I was so into Star Wars.
Episode 2, as a kid, I loved Episode 2.
Episode 2,
I was obsessed with it just because all the Jedi show up.
Before I figured out about like dialogue and someone's writing all this dialogue, someone's writing this story. I just took Episode 2 as it was.
Yeah.
But now that I'm older, and I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, I just remember as a kid. I remember as a kid, just blocking certain scenes out. The whole anime. That would be their couple name is Anime.
It makes so much sense now.
Oh my God.
It makes so much sense now.
Yeah, I guess I blocked out those scenes and was just like, oh, the Jedi are showing up in the arena. That was so cool. And then I loved Episode 3. Well, Episode 3 I think is just good as is.
Yeah.
Like apart from anything, it's good. I feel the same way about like moving out of places. Like leaving like our apartment last year, going home sophomore, freshman year, you never realize you wanted more time in a place until your time's up.
When we moved out last year, I had so much trouble. Because I think were you gone? No, me and you moved out on the same day.
Yeah.
I had so much trouble locking my door for the last time. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Freshman year was the worst though.
Because I moved out.
Yeah, because I still had another week of exams when you moved out. So I remember I helped you move out and stuff, and I was there and you turned on your keys and everything, and then I walked back to the room by myself, and I just kind of sat on the couch and was like,
that was the whole year.
Oh my God. Yeah. And like all your stuff's gone, so like the room is just, it feels empty, and like the couch is right beside your room, which is just complete white walls, empty. I ended up leaving that night because I literally could not be in there. I was just so upset about it. I remember I called Mom and I was like, I know I have another week of exams, but I'm just going to go ahead and move on because I can't.
Yeah.
It was upsetting me. I just put all my stuff in my car and went home.
It's hard, man. It's really hard. But you know what, everybody? Message for the podcast. We've said it a million times. Don't cry because our podcast is over. Smile because it happened. And make sure you like and subscribe.
Please, God.
If you want to keep, just a reminder, next Q&A will be episode 20. If you want to go ahead and start asking questions now, you can. My chair just broke again.
And find them all.
Yeah, if you want to start asking them now, go for it. If you want to ask them later, you can. If you have anything, not even questions, but if you have like a topic you want us to talk about, we'll still read all the comments right away. So just leave whatever you want. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out for this kind of depressing talk.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Thank you, everybody. And go be your dreamer and creamer. Oh, Jesus. Harrison, I'm sorry.